Welcome back, Silver Bull fans. Welcome to Silver Bull channel. Today we're going to talk about buying on the dips, and I'm going to tell you why that's a crock. Buying on the dips sounds nice, but the fact is you can't really do it. Alright, because the truth is, as we all know, the physical market bears very little reaction to the spot market. For example, you can see the spot price nearly went up to the Hunt Brothers high of $50 just after Easter. It died back down to 46, and you know it's on its way back up again. Those who think it's going to drop back down to $30 for the next 3 months, I think you're going to be disappointed. I'd like it to do that because I'd like to buy some more at lower prices, but it's not going to happen. There's just too much demand, and proof of that is, for example, the fact Amex is actually asking people they want to sell them their silver above spot price. If you got a big company like Amex saying we'll pay above spot to get hold of silver, they know that silver is going to go higher and higher. The fact Perth Mint is producing 1/10 of an ounce silver coins shows they've made the investment knowing silver's going higher. Now, these are people in the precious metal markets who well know the laws of supply and demand, and if they're betting on silver going higher, I'm certainly not going to bet against them. And those who have sold out at this price are going to be disappointed. I want to thank John Christian of Stellar Concepts for getting me into silver in the first place, and yeah, I don't have the large holding he does. Or did have, and yeah, it very tempting after 2 years, having probably quadrupled your money, to sell out and take that profit. As a lot of people on YouTube to criticise them, know what are you going to put it into? Maybe if you put it in the silver share companies or mining companies, might not be so bad. I wouldn't put it in real estate at the moment. Our real estate market's still yet to experience the crash the US has had, and I believe it's coming if you've seen my other videos. So the fact of the matter is, yeah, why shift it at this time? I think silver's going to $150. Silver is going back to its natural ratio with gold. That's what I believe. I believe it's in the process of being remonetized. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be on buying silver at $50 an ounce, but I do believe that. So silver at 1 to 10 to gold is at least 150, and by the time it gets back to its natural ratio, you're going to see gold at about $2,000 an ounce. So silver could be anywhere up to $200 an ounce US. This is as I've also said, the Australian dollar is still climbing. We're up to 108 going to 109, and I predicted it would go to $1.20. I said at that point, even though the Australian government says they won't intervene, there'll be screams from exporters for them to intervene, and they'll have to do something. The reason why I believe even at $1.09 we're going even higher is because we've just had our inflation rates come in. Government's tried to say the increase in inflation is due to the floods and Cyclone Yazi and things like that. That's just a lie by the government. Politicians trying to make bad news look good. The truth is we have a two-paced economy, and inflation is getting out of control. The Reserve Bank is now going to have to raise interest rates. That again, when our interest rates get raised, is going to place even more upward pressure on the Australian dollar. So $1.20 does not seem unreasonable. At that point, the Australian government's going to be pulling its hair out, wondering what can we do. I suppose the advantage is if Australia borrowed a lot of its debt in US dollars, every day its debt in US dollars is going down with an increase in exchange rate. But long term, it's not good for the Australian economy, because our manufacturing base, what little there is, will be destroyed, and we will have a recession here where unemployment takes off, and that may cripple our economy. So It's interesting. We have a very much a two-paced economy. Those in mining jobs and that are on exceptional money. Those not living in the rest of the economy are struggling, really struggling. Our pay isn't meeting the cost of living. And the government really has to do something about that two-paced economy. I think perhaps that's why they tried to bring in the mining tax. But we'll just see. We'll just see how it all pans out. But I would not be getting out of silver at the moment. Using Stellar Concepts' own videos, I'd say he says, you know, with every bull market, and he obviously believed this was a bull market, you have the startup phase, the accumulation phase, and then the blow off top phase. He can't believe we've yet hit the blow off top phase. So John, my response to you is, you know, I would suggest to you get back in, because we haven't hit the blow off top phase. And if you look at it, sit down and think about it, ask yourself, have we reached the mania stage with silver? And the fact of the matter is we have not. How will I know we've reached the mania stage for silver? Probably because it'll overshoot its natural ratio to gold. And if I go to work and people there start saying to me, oh, I've bought silver, once I have 1, 2 or 3 people at my work, which has about 50 people, say to me they've gone out and bought silver, that's when I know it's time for me to sell. That's when I know the bull market will have hit and the mania has hit mainstream. This has not hit mainstream. Silver has barely started, and there's no way I'd be exiting right now. Just to talk about the dislocation between the spot market and the actual price. You know, buying on the dips is impossible. You go to something like Permanent Bullion site here, and that price is only a guide, because when you ring them up, they'll have a very different price. They don't so much deal with just the spot price, and most of you silver traders, the spot price is a guide, but it's not the end all and be all of what they're going to charge. And you know, buying on the dips, you can't even do that. Just buy when you can, that's all I say. If you've got the money spare, grab yourself some silver. We are not in the blow off top phase, so it's premature to sell at this time. That's my thoughts on the matter. I'm not a financial advisor. I suggest you have a think about it yourself, where you stand and why you're doing certain things. If you've only got a little bit of silver, well, it's not much of a play anyhow, so but having some is better than having none. That's Silver Bull for today. Have a good day, and keep stacking.